welcome. Okay, you're welcome, Samuel JJ. Welcome, this is our afternoon class. I introduced myself later on, but I can still do it. My name is Otim Solomon. I'll be taking you through in this afternoon lesson, Social Studies Primary 6. I am set to start. I have got a good number to start now. Please, those of you who are chatting, we are going to humble ourselves for prayer. And I'm going to get back to my friend whom I had given the chance if his mic is on. Oh no, oh no. My friend, the mic is not on. Carlson's mic is not on. So let me take this chance to Carlson Kazozi. No, let me take this chance to who? Gifty. Okay, Ezeza. Ezeza, your chance is here. Ezeza, please unmute and start and pray. Start with a word of prayer. Unmute, Ezeza. You have a permission to unmute. Ezeza, yes. Ezeza?
Yes.
Please pray for us as we start our lesson.
Okay, let's pray. Our Father, look at me, O God, as my silence, O God. To you all I turn, for the things I have committed. I pray to be forgiven. In all that I have been, I pray to be for. I ask thee and help for all that I have been good. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Thank you very much, Ezeza. Wow. Primary 6. You are welcome once again for this afternoon lesson. I introduced myself earlier on. I am Solomon, your teacher Solomon. We have been together in English language, and I'm going to take you through again in social studies. Okay. So I'm going to go straight away to our lesson for today, but also put a lot of emphasis and praise to the Almighty God who has enabled us to have this lesson. We thank the sponsors who are up there in your screen. Edify, our sponsor. We are very grateful to ITAU, the ICT Teachers Association of Uganda, and then the Christian Schools Owners Association of Uganda. Our praise and our prayers to you. Thank you very much for making sure that the children are able to receive their lessons during this lockdown period due to coronavirus. So we are going to look at our theme. A theme in social studies runs throughout the whole of primary 6 social studies. And this theme is living together in East Africa. So in primary 5, we looked at living together in Uganda. In primary 4, we looked at living together in our district. So it's a spiral subject that moves after East Africa. We shall be looking at Africa. So in East Africa, we are going to look at the topic called the East African community. The East African community. Now, in primary 4, we looked at the meaning of the word a community. And we said in that little class that a community is a group of people living and working together. Juko, Hayden, please pay attention. Let us first stop the chat and then we build up our lesson. Then we shall be chatting later on, okay? I'm trying to explain to you the meanings of this word. East Africa is a region, okay? It's a region that works as a community. And we are saying a community is a group of people living and working together. That was our primary 4 answer. Living and working together. Now in primary 6, we are looking at a wider perspective of living and working together. When we say we are living together, it means that we are living together as a group of many countries that form what we call the East African community. Okay? We are trying to get to the origin of this community. Way back, the three countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, had a very strong union. They used to cooperate and work together. Time came when presidents changed and understanding changed. The way people understood each other changed. And so we begin to see the collapse of this community. They are no longer working and living together. If you want to go to Kenya, you have to get permission. If you want to sell your goats and your milk in Kenya, you have to get permission. So the understanding, the working together of these people collapsed. It completely ended. No more relationship. So what exactly do we mean? In this, we are going to have a few hints in our lesson, okay? First of all, the East African community collapsed finally in 1977. The word collapse means stopped to agree. The community is no longer working together. The community is no longer living together. The community is no longer having that piece of working and living together. So the community collapsed in which year? In 1977. Its activities ceased. Can I explain the meaning of that word? Ceased.
Eric? Eric?
Oh, sorry. My thing just went off. Sorry.
Yes, Mr. Angel.
Yes, Janice has put up her arm. Janice? Janice? Oh, Janice is off, fine. Janice, please let me first explain this. I will give you time to interact with me, class. So, I was trying to explain the meaning of the word ceased, okay? The word ceased means stopped, as it is there. The activities, the cooperation stopped in each of the member states, okay? When this cooperation stopped, you know what it means, that now there are no services crossing to Kenya. There are no services crossing from Tanzania to Uganda. Remember our railway in primary 5, we looked at that Kenya-Uganda railway. It used to move from Kenya to Uganda, to Dar es Salaam, to Mombasa. Now all of these services have stopped. So there were several factors that led to the decline of the East African community. And this is what we are going to look at in our next slide. Okay? The first one is, there was the shortage. There was a shortage of funds since some member states could not make their annual contribution to the community treasury. Now, what do we mean here? In the beginning, when we are beginning to start a group, there is what we call membership fee, okay? If you ask parents there, they will tell you that in this group, this is the amount of membership fee that we are supposed to pay. In this group, this is the amount of membership fee that we are supposed to pay. So in this case, members completely lacked money to run the activities of the community. And that brought to the end of some of these activities. Next one is, there were differences in the political ideologies. What do we mean by political ideologies? The word ideology means the understanding, the teachings that you have got about something. That is called ideology, okay? We have got Christian ideologies. The teachings of Christian is not the same as the teachings of Muslims, okay? So in these countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, the teachings about politics changed. Everyone had its own understanding of politics. Tanzania was saying everything belongs to everyone. That is called social life, okay, or socialism. When you go to upper levels of your studies, you're going to learn about that. So Tanzania says everything belongs to everyone. And so we should stay together. Nothing like the rich, nothing like the poor. The rich should be sharing their wealth with everyone. Oh, that is Tanzania. Kenya has said no. The rich must be rich and the poor must be poor. Oh no, that kind of political understanding changed this community and it collapsed. Another one was there was inadequate, not enough, okay, benefits in the community. E.g., Uganda and Tanzania felt that Kenya was benefiting more, since most of the headquarters of the East African community departments were in Kenya. So people are beginning to realize, Kenya, for you, you have everything. You have the national, the aviation, you have the airport for East African community. You have the seaport, okay? Mombasa is the headquarters of all exports and imports. No, that's not fair, you see? So that unequal benefit in the community brought about disagreements and the collapse of the East African community. That one country is benefiting more than the other. Kenya is said to be benefiting more, okay? But when you look at the community, the assembly was in Arusha in Tanzania, okay? And up to now, that's where the assembly house is, okay? Then there was closure of boundaries, okay, between countries due to misunderstanding, e.g., Tanzania closed its borders to Kenya. Uganda also closed its borders with Tanzania because of the invasion. The army of Idi Amin went up to the areas of Mutukula and claimed that part of Kagera, that is part of Uganda. Oh, that brought the closure of this cooperation. It brought the closure of this understanding. The family has got divided because of that closure of boundaries. Okay, so there was also misunderstandings among leaders. We have this example: Julius Nyerere, Kambarage, late, clashed with Idi Amin, Dada, the late. All these presidents have gone to the Lord to rest. So these two presidents clashed. They disagreed. Remember the beautiful agreement which was existing between Julius Kambarage Nyerere and Idi Amin is no longer there. Julius Nyerere Kambarage was in good terms with the Apollo Milton Obote in that time. But now when Obote was overthrown, Amin comes in with his own ideas. I talked about that, ideologies. He has come with his own ideas and he has changed the whole family. And so that brought a misunderstanding. Well, let's look at the next one, territorial claims. I think I talked about that, but I used another language. When we say territorial claims, territory means the border.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Hello. Somebody is talking to me. Hello. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. They have put off the chat to avoid interruption. Thank you. Thank you very much, my admin. So I was explaining the word territory. This territory means your home. Okay. Some of you have very big compounds, so that's your territory, okay? No one comes to start plowing your compound without your permission. That's your territory. That's where you take charge. That's where you control, okay? Where you control is your territory. So where Julius Nyerere was controlling his territory was claimed, was falsely owned by Kenya and Uganda, by Idi Amin, okay? So this kind of claims cut the relationship, cut the understanding, collapsed the community, okay? So let's look at the next one. There was poor governance. Now you see Uganda has got a new president. In that time, we now have Idi Amin Dada. And those who were born by that time, I was also not yet born, they say that he was a dictator. A dictator is somebody who speaks something and he wants it done now. Okay? He speaks something and he wants it done as he has said. If he says, I want us to close Makerere University, it has to be closed. Dictators don't allow advice. Dictators don't have a parliament. So in this time of Amin, he is said to be a dictator during that time. And so he dictated and said, part of Kagera is now Uganda. Oh no, Tanzania said, no, it can't happen, okay? And that brought a misunderstanding and the family, the community has collapsed because of that. Then we also have the expulsion of Kenyan workers in Uganda. Okay, now remember, we were a community, a group of people living and working together. So in Uganda, we had Kenyans working for Uganda. In Tanzania, we had Ugandans working in Tanzania. In Uganda, we had Tanzanians working in Uganda. So they were expelled. The word expelled means chased without return. You know, suspension, you go and then you come back. You go for some few weeks and then you, but expulsion means you go away without coming back. So the expulsion of Kenyan workers in Uganda, harassments in Tanzania, and all that brought up the collapse of this community. Okay? Now, we also have nationalization of the community assets in Kenya and Tanzania. I want to get back to what I said before. I said, Tanzania said, everything belongs to everyone. There is no rich and there is no poor. We are all one. That is the socialization or the policy of Ujamaa. The policy of Ujamaa is the policy of socialism. We eat together, okay? We study together. There is no school for the rich. There is no school for the poor. Like now what Itao is doing in our e-learning, what Edify is doing, that let no more payments of this e-learning program, everything for everyone. Let everyone attend. That is socialization, socialism, okay? So Kenya and Tanzania decided that all of this property belongs to the community. In other words, it is no longer East African Railways. It is now Kenya Railways. Oh, Uganda said, Is that what you are going to do? Then I'm no longer your part. I'm no longer part of you. Then Tanzania also said, it is no longer Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania Railway. It is now Tanzania Railway. So they have owned the community assets. They have owned the property that belonged to the community. And so the community collapsed. Note, at the time of the collapse of the East African community, the following were the heads of state. These were presidents during the time of the collapse, okay? The time of the collapse, we have got Julius Nyerere Kambarage of Tanzania, and then we have got Mzee Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, and then we have got Idi Amin Dada of Uganda. These were the presidents during the time the community collapsed. So you see, we cannot blame Jomo Kenyatta alone, no. We cannot blame Julius Nyerere alone, no. We cannot even blame Idi Amin, no, because according to these reasons for the collapse, there are those that were caused by Idi Amin, and there are those that were caused by Kenya and Tanzania, that is Julius Nyerere and Jomo Kenyatta. So the association, the community has collapsed. Oh, what do we do? We shall look at the next thing. What has happened? What is the result? What is the effect of the collapse of the East African community? Okay, that is where I would like to put now engagement. I would like now to put my learners into reasoning up with me. Okay, I'm going to ask members now to talk to me. What has happened? What has happened? Jemima Faith, talk to me. What are the effects of this collapse? Jemima? Jemima, talk to the teacher. I've given you permission. Oh, my friends, let me put those who have put up the arm. Yes, Kelly? Kananura? Please unmute. Yes, Kelly? What are the effects? Oh. Kelly, please unmute.
It led to misunderstanding.
Okay. Now, what will misunderstanding bring about? When we don't understand each other, what will it result to? Okay, she has gone. Faith, you're back. Faith, talk to me. What were the results of the collapse? Yes? Faith, talk to me.
It led to misunderstanding, which made people fight.
Oh, now you see your answer is beautiful, but it's very long for examination. For examination, it's very long. You will forget the other parts. I want you to be very brief and precise, okay? Thank you. Yes. Now I have seen people have not read the work. Let me pick, because there are many who have put up the arm. Let me pick this one is Jeremy. Jeremy, is it Jeremy? I'm sorry if I've pronounced your name wrongly. Jeremy, talk to us. Effects of the collapse of the East African community.
It led to closure of common markets.
Wow, you are the best. I love that. Thank you. Okay, now we have Cambridge. Okay, fine. Cambridge, talk to me. Cambridge. Can you imagine somebody is called Cambridge? Yes, Cambridge. Unmute and talk to me. Hello, Cambridge. Yes.
Trade declined. Trade declined.
Declined. What's another word to mean decline? Oh, she has gone off. I would like to talk to her more. Gift Naume. Gift Naume. Give us the results. The effects.
It made people not to work together. People are working alone.
So what does that bring about if you work alone?
No crossing boundaries.
So there is no trade.
Easy.
Is no trade, no exchange of services. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, 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 I have very many of my people here. Kazozi, Sozi, Rania. Sozi, Rania, please unmute. Sozi, Rania.
I have a question I didn't expose this.
Excuse me,
Naruka.
teacher.
Yes.
When Dada says that kill someone, do they kill him or her?
Yes. That was how bad it was. Now give me the effects of the disagreement. Oh no, that one is not. That one is not with us. She's very excited. Becky and Lamaro. Becky and Lamaro, you are giving us two effects because you are two. Unmute. Becky. Unmute. I've given you permission, Becky, to unmute. Yes. Give me two effects.
Declining in cooperation.
Yes, another one.
It's led to death.
Loss of property and loss of lives. Okay, thank you very much, my participants. Let's look at what we have here. Okay, number one, people lost jobs due to the closure of some departments of the East African community. Okay, I told you that there were some people who were working in Uganda, they were working in Kenya, and they were working in Tanzania from different countries. And so the people lost jobs. And you know what it means when you lose a job? It means you are not going to have food. It means you are not going to take your children to school. It means life was very difficult. Okay? Yes. Wanje Palti, talk to us. Wanje. Oh, my friend Wanje is not quick. When I give you opportunity to give the answer, we have got a big class. So you have to quickly unmute and talk to me, okay? Okay, let me give another chance to Tristan. Tristan, permission granted, unmute, yes. Tristan, please unmute. Tristan, unmute and talk to us. Oh, that is not good. Okay, so let's continue and we look at that. It also led to the increase in smuggling. I would like to ask one of us to give us the meaning of the word smuggling. My participants are here. What is the meaning of the word smuggling? Yes. Stancy Abe. Stancy Abe, unmute. Stancy Abe, please unmute. Yes, Stancy. Stancy Abe. Unmute Abe. What is smuggling? Oh, yes.
Smuggling is the selling of illegal goods.
Okay, well tried. Is the selling? No. Is not the selling. No, thank you. Yes. Amolo Matt. Amolo. I mean Omolo. Omolo Matt. Omolo Matt. Unmute and talk
Smuggling
to us.
is when someone steals something.
When someone steals something. Okay, from where? Oh, Omolo, you've gone. That one was going to give us the right answer. I want Caleb and Mledua. Mledua, please. I'm sorry if I've not pronounced your name well. Please, I'm not renaming you. Caleb and Mledua, huh? Yes.
Smuggling is the illegal exportation and importation of goods.
Wow, you are the best. Thank you very much. Importation and exportation. Illegal means unlawful, not according to the law. So if you take something from one country to another, or out of the country, or into the country, that's what my friend says, exportation and importation, okay? We import, that means that we are bringing it from outside to our country, okay? If you bring it from outside to our country without permission, illegally, unlawfully, that means smuggling. That's why I was like the other friend who said selling something without permission, you must have moved with that thing, because smuggling involves the movement of goods into or out of a country, okay? Now, when we do that unlawfully, Catherine, what does it cost to the revenue? What does it cost to the revenue? Catherine, please, Catherine, unmute. Catherine, unmute and talk to us. Kathy? Permission, Kathy, granted, unmute.
Pardon?
If you bring goods or sell goods without permission, illegally, what will happen to the revenue?
I think you'll be arrested.
Mm-hmm. And then?
Taken to the court system.
Okay, Catherine. What happens is that your country will not have money to run the activities. The revenue, the money that the government is using for buying COVID-19 vaccine, the money that the government is using for making roads, all that money is got from the revenue. So if you allow goods to come to your country without permission, that means without payment, that means that your country is going to have very little revenue, okay? And that will bring poverty to the people, okay? So it's very important for us to pay our revenue, for us to stop smuggling, for us to end this unlawful movement of goods, so that the country can develop its infrastructure, the country can build its roads, okay? It also led to limited market for goods and services in the region. Remember, when we block this regional trade, you cannot have anywhere to sell your sugarcane. Remember what happened with Kenya and Uganda recently? Kenyans say, no, your maize is bad. It has got a lot of toxins. It is not good for human consumption. Then we lost market. The market became very limited. People were selling maize 1 kilo only 400 shillings. That was very bad. So if we don't cooperate with our neighbors, we will not have market for our goods and our services. Now we have got medicine, not the one that can cure, but the one that can control COVID-19. That medicine needs to be sold to other countries, COVIDX. Now, if we have bad relationship with other people, then they can't buy our goods. So when the East African community collapsed, it led to limited market for goods and services. Another one is, sorry, it led to restrictions. Restrictions is permissions not given in the movement of people and goods across the borders. It led to the decline of some industries because some industries were getting raw materials from other countries, like the sack manufacturing industry. They used to get sisal from Tanzania. So when the relationship stopped, such kind of factories that could, industries that could make bags, sisal bags, completely collapsed because the raw materials were got from other countries. And then we also have the disunity. Somebody was talking about this point, but she was not using simple words. I want you to learn to use simple words, like this very simple word that we have here. We call it disunity. It created disunity among member states. There was no unity among members. When there is no unity, you cannot develop, you cannot get market, okay? You cannot get services because you are not united. Lastly, it led to the closure of borders among the member states. Like we said in our first explanation, Kenya closed the borders with Tanzania, Uganda closed the borders with Tanzania, and that was really bad for trade, education, and other services. So these are the factors that led to the collapse of the East African community. Let's look at the note here, okay? This note is trying to tell you that the departments that remained functional after the collapse of the East African community was because of the Uganda particularly did not nationalize them. Uganda did not own them, okay? We have some of the departments that Uganda as a country did not own. Remember we said Kenya owned the railway, Tanzania also owned some others. So some of these, like the East African Development Bank, this was having its headquarters in Uganda, and so it was not closed. The East African Development Bank was not closed. And then also the East African School of Liberationship, that one also did not close in Uganda. Another one was the East African Civil Aviation Authority. That one did not also stop. It did not close. It kept functioning. Okay. So these are the departments that remained functional after the collapse of the East African community. I want you to take note of this. Okay. And you go and research why of all places these three remained functional even when the East African community collapsed. We had some people working for the East African Development Bank, okay? And then we also had other people working for the East African School of Librarianship. And then we had the East African Civil Aviation Authority functioning even when the East African community had closed. Okay, so we have our activity to do. Okay, I want us to get ready and then we carry on with this activity. Some people would like to take notes. I kindly request you, I kindly refer you to the WhatsApp group. The notes are there. Okay, we sent the notes there. The slides are all there in the WhatsApp group. So what you do, you only refer to that work and then you answer this activity. I always like giving marks straight away right here. So if you complete your work, we will be able to go through it and we find out, oh, I have now people who have put up their arms. Yes, before we start the activity, I can now respond to some of these questions. Yes, let me start with Michelle. There's a GABA patient. Let me start from low. Yes, Graham Birunji, please. Talk to me. Yes.
We don't have the group link.
You don't have the WhatsApp group link?
Yes.
Okay. Administrators are going to send you right now on this very chat. Kazosi Jordan. Kazosi Jordan. Yes. Your hand is up, my boy.
Okay.
It's okay. You forgot it up there. Okay. For those of you who have forgotten your hands up there, please lower your hands down and then you do exercise. My administrators are going to make sure that the chat is open, and then you are going to give me, they are going to send you a link. They are going to send you a link for the WhatsApp group so that you can access the slides, and then you take your notes in the slides, and then you do the activity. Number 1 to number 4, I'm going to scroll this slide. Let's take the notes very fast. Some people still have their hands up. I think there must be a serious problem here now. Let me talk to Raphael. Raphael? Yes, talk to me, Raphael. Yes. I've seen your hand up, Raphael. Speak that loud. We can't hear you. Oh, Raphael is talking, but we can't.
Teacher.
Yes?
Oh.
Yes. Kelly?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry? No. Doreen? They are going to send the link very fast. Don't worry. Oh, my admin, please help me. Help me and send the link. Okay. The WhatsApp link, please.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Some of you are going somehow fast, eh? So
Yes.
some of the work you are going somehow fast. And some of the work we haven't yet wrote it. We haven't yet finished it.
Okay. Which part exactly?
Including the first one and the second one.
And the second one.
Sir,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, please. You can now unmute. I mean, you can now mute. I'm going
You
to.
can now unmute.
Okay.
The first talking. There's not.
Okay, then let me mute you all for now.
Okay, people don't have to unmute.
Okay. So I have taken note of that concern that this work needs to be brought back, but the link has everything. I would like to ask my admins to put that in order so that the people will visit the link. Good, very good. That's the WhatsApp link to the group.
Actually,
You will get the work.
already there, sir.
Yes.
Teacher Solomon,
Yes, please.
can you request these people who are putting in funny things in the chat? Michelle, I have noticed there is Juko, There is Cambridge, and then
Cambridge,
yeah,
please.
they are making others fail to see what is important in the
Yes.
lesson. I'm posting a WhatsApp link, but they are posting funny characters.
Kelly, behave in my class. Behave, child of God, behave. Michelle, behave in my class. Okay. 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 So I hope you will behave, Michelle. You will behave, Cambridge, Juco. You will behave so that the lesson can continue well. Juco, you're interrupting. Okay, the WhatsApp link is right there. So what you do, you just join the WhatsApp group, and then my admin will, I think, resend that slide. Admin will resend that slide so that they are able to access it. Because now we want to move to the next slide where we have other questions. I hope we have written this. Okay. Let me get back to the next slide. Okay. I hope everyone has written that. Oh, teacher first ways to remove. Okay. Okay, those are very important chats. If you are going to tell me such things, I will be happy. But if you are going to send me your things there, she has said this number 1 to 4, she has not yet finished writing the questions. So we have to put it back, then we shall put 5 to 7. Now you see, Juko is saying, please teacher first wait, because you were busy sending things there. WhatsApp link, please. Raphael, they have already sent the WhatsApp link. Just check your chat room. Raphael, the previous page, Doreen, everything is in the group. Just go to the WhatsApp group, okay? You realize that the people who were chatting have not actually completed the questions, the exercise. Now, when we are going to the next slide, is when they begin to say, oh, teacher, no, first get back to the first slide. I haven't copied that. But if you are in need of the notes, the slides for the notes are there in the group. Okay, Carol says, I have already joined. I have got the work. Illegal importation. Okay, thank you. Importation and exportation. Okay. Okay. Kazozi says, I have been hearing. My network is poor, but I will photo them. Okay, we are going to send you, please. It's already there in the WhatsApp group. Okay, some people have already completed. Now let's go to the next slide. And that is the slide right here. The 7 numbers are there. Why people who are putting up the arms? Kezia still says, hey, teacher, the first part. Okay, Kezia says the first part. Kezia, just a minute. We are going to the first part because there are some people who are already now writing this part. We are going to the first part shortly. We are going to the first part shortly. Okay, I'm seeing many people have joined the WhatsApp group already. That's very good. That's where you can get the slides for the activity. You can write them right here. Number 7. Okay. So I think we can now go through this work quickly. Okay, fine. We are looking at smuggling affecting the economy, the trade. We are looking at the trade. How did it affect the trade? How did it affect the economy? What happened to the revenue of the particular country due to smuggling? I discussed that when we were looking at the effects of the collapse of the East African community. And I said smuggling results to low revenue collection in a particular country's economy. So if you are there receiving goods which are not being cleared by the revenue authority, then you are affecting your own revenue. Teacher, how can we join the WhatsApp group? Just click on the link here. Just click on the link here. This is the WhatsApp link for our class. So when you click this WhatsApp link, then it's going to take you straight to the group, and I will be able to receive your invitation to the group. Okay? All right. So I would like to use this little time remaining so that we can go through this work very fast. First page, please. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the first page. Let's get back to the first page. That is the first page. I don't know whether you mean the first page of the whole work, or you mean Kezia. Kezia, please. Yes, Peter.
Just Solomon.
Seems he went off.
Okay.
But I can still there.
Maybe he has a problem with his network.
But do you have this
That is
slide
the-
that you have that presentation?
Let me try to.
Because it was on the, I think, on the ending part.
Okay. Yes, I think let me check this chat, very last chat. Teacher, my network. Juko, please. Don't worry about the network. Just get to your WhatsApp and you will get everything there. You will even take your exercise there. Everything will be okay. Don't worry, you are sorted. Network will not bring issues to you. As long as you are able to attend the lesson today, you will go back to WhatsApp, you will get the work, you take notes, and then you write your activity. Okay, Juko, thank you. Yeah, said yes, teacher. Kindly resend the link. Okay, come on, Techno, come on, 17. We told you to rename your gadget. Okay, the link is right there. Thank you very much, Charles. The link is right there. So page 1 we have completed. I want us to quickly look at this class. Quickly, let us pay attention. We go through the second part now. Okay, Yeko now wants the second part because she has finished that. So I will be explaining the second part when we are moving on. Okay, so here in our number 7, we are going to look at how smuggling affects the economy of a country. The strength of the economy of the country depends on its power to collect its revenue very well. The strength of the economy of the country depends on the economic activities of the people. Okay? So if the country does not receive money from the goods that enter to that particular country, if that country does not receive money from the goods that are exported, like the way somebody said, exported and imported goods, these are goods that earn revenue to the country, and that strengthens the economy of the country. So smuggling weakens the economy of the country by lowering its revenue collection. It reduces on revenue collection of that particular country. Okay? It reduces revenue collection of the particular country. That is what happens when the country cannot stop smuggling. It reduces the revenue collected in a particular country. I think we already explained smuggling, the way the people were negatively affected. We have looked at that, the effects of the collapse of the East African community. We have looked at those effects. So you look at that affected the people, like people losing their jobs, like people being harassed. That is the way in which the collapse of the East African community affected the people. Okay, so we are going to the next question. I hope these ones have completed 9 charts or no. Check class. Hey, concentrate. Okay, this is Semaganda says concentrate for a minute. Okay, so we are looking at how did Idi Amin Dada of Uganda come into power. Okay, Odonga Victoria, what saying something here? Let me first get that. Okay, thank you. Those are just appreciations. So Idi Amin came into power through what we call a coup. In English, we call it a coup. In this, we call it a coup d'etat. A coup d'etat. He just announced that now I am the president of Uganda. My friend Milton Nobote, if you land to Entebbe International Airport, you are going to be killed. And so he announces himself as the president. Okay, that is how he became the president, through what we call a coup. He announced himself as a president through a coup, or a coup d'etat. State the factor that made Uganda and Tanzania believe that Kenya was benefiting more from the East African community. I think when you get back to our notes, you look at the headquarters of very many communities, of very many organizations of the East African community were based in Kenya. So that is one of the factors that made Uganda and Tanzania to believe that Kenya was benefiting more. When you get back, let me try to get back. Then when you get back to our point here, let me get back to this. Okay. You remember we were looking at unequal benefits in the community, okay? How Uganda and Tanzania felt that Kenya was benefiting more. Why? Since most of the headquarters of the East African community departments were in Kenya. So the fact that most of the headquarters of the East African community departments were in Kenya, that made the Ugandans and the Tanzanians to believe that Kenya had more of the benefits than the other two members of the East African community. Okay? So that is how, whenever you are reading, don't just read and understand. Okay? Like now this question, this point here that says closure of borders between countries. Okay? Due to misunderstanding. A question can come and say, what caused the misunderstanding? I mean, what caused the closure of borders between Tanzania and Kenya? The cause was the misunderstanding between these two countries. Okay? So that is our answer. Let me get back to our slide, to our question that we have here. Okay, state the factor that made Uganda and Tanzania to believe. The factor is that most of the headquarters of the East African community departments were found in Kenya. Okay, apart from shortage of funds, give any 3 reasons why the East African community collapsed. I think we have them. We have seen them in our work. Oh, you can have that. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Eric is trying to explain to us what we mean by a coup. A sudden, violent, and illegal seizure of power from the government. Seizure means taking over. Okay? Taking over of power from the government. Okay, so I have seen many charts here, but I encourage you to pay attention and stop this so that you get to understand. This is an opportunity that you shouldn't take for granted, class. Don't take this for granted, okay? Because you might go to the next class without properly handling the previous class. So this is an opportunity for you to handle this class very well, so that when you reach the next class, you are well baked. And that's the reason why we are giving in our all to make sure that you get these lessons, okay? So I was trying to give you that from our coordinator, Eric. He was trying to explain to us what we call a coup. And I said it's a sudden and violent, sudden without warning. Remember I was telling you, President Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, he has died, rest in peace, was in Singapore for a meeting. And then Idi Amin, one of the senior army officials of that time, gets into Radio Uganda and gets into BBC and all over and says, you are no longer the president of Uganda. I have suddenly and abruptly, with violence, taken over the power. So when you come, you are going to be killed. And so he becomes the president through what we call a coup. Okay. So why was there a shortage of funds? Okay, I think we have looked at that. The shortage of funds to run the East African community because members could not pay. Members could not pay their membership fee. they could not pay their subscription to the membership. And that is the reason why there was shortage of funds to run the activities of the community. Dear learners, I would like to thank you for attending and thank you for participating in this large number. I am very humbled by your numbers and thank you very much. May God bless you, the parents who have put in data for this program. Thank you and thank you and thank you very much for the love that you have for your children. And we thank so much Edify that has enabled the program to go live and free of charge. It is something we have to appreciate God for. Lastly, the WhatsApp group link is right there in your message, in your chat room. Please just tap it and get to the WhatsApp group where you are going to get the lesson slides. The notes are there, and then the activity. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best of your weekend. God bless you. Solomon Otim says goodbye. Oh, my participants who have put up the arms. No. Okay, we are going to let you all say bye as it may be rendered.
Teacher Solomon,
Yes.
hold on.
Yes, sir.
Teacher Eric. Teacher Eric.
Yes, please.
Can you talk about the Google Classroom form that they need to fill in and join as I post the message?
I beg your pardon?
Can you talk about the Google Classroom form that they need to fill in?
Okay. Good afternoon, children. We have sent a Google form in your chat. There's a link. So when you tap on that link, you go and fill in your details. We shall be able to capture your email addresses. For those who don't have email addresses, Gmail addresses, you can reach out to someone who can create for you, and then you register. So starting the next week, we shall be handing in our classworks in that Google form. So make sure that you visit that link and you enter your details. You'll see something like learner's name, the gender, the class. You choose the class which you belong to, and then the school. You type in your school, you type your district, and you answer those few questions in that form, and then submit. So starting next week, after you've submitted, we shall be able to capture those details, and we shall send you a link in your WhatsApp groups. Which you're going to use to handing in and getting class materials from there. We shall later have a general training on how to use that. But for now, make sure that you have a Gmail account. If you don't have, reach out to your dad, your mom, or your brother who knows how to create a Gmail account and creates for you. Thank you, Mr. Anjala and Teacher Solomon for the lesson.
You're welcome.
Mr. Anjala.
Yes, back to you, Solomon.
Yes, sir.
You can end up your class.
Okay, thank you very much once again, my class. I would like to say thank you for participating. I received some messages that they can't get in. Please learn to log in early so that you don't miss out. Good boys and girls, I'm very humbled. Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye,
Teacher
Solomon.
Bye.
Bye, Teacher Solomon.
Teacher Solomon.
Bye, Tristan.